What's up? It is day 17 of Album Quest. You already know what it is, unless you don't know, in which case, Album Quest is where I challenge myself to listen to one new album for every day of 2024. We're on day 17, and for today, we've got Man on the Moon, The End of the Day by Kid Cudi. I know it says deluxe on there. I didn't listen to the extra deluxe tracks because I don't really like listening to the deluxe versions. I like to keep albums as their original release unless there's like a song that gets added later because of sample clearance issues. So my listen stopped at Up and Away. I did not listen to these three songs. And I know that this album has a lot of influence and a lot of power. It's very evident listening to this for the first time and the second time today also, you know, 15 years after its original release, because this came out in 2009. And it's very clear to see who and what was influenced by this kind of stuff. Like, we wouldn't really have Travis Scott without Kid Cudi. We wouldn't have a lot of the pop rap kind of stuff, like, you know, No Chance the Rapper, and so on. So it's definitely very interesting to see how far the influence goes, especially because you can hear some of these songs directly influencing like deliveries, flows, and beats on more modern stuff. Like, I think there was one song in particular, I don't remember which one, that I heard the flow of in like an Amine, however he says it, song one time. But as for the album itself, I will say it doesn't start off super strong. I think it definitely gets better as the track list goes. Like, the best songs are all right at the end, right here. From Up and Away to like Cudi's Own to the end is really just the best part of this album. And through that, it is a slow and steady climb up into that climax right at the end. Like, I listened to it this morning while I was doing my morning routine on my way to work. And then I listened to it again at work with one of my supervisors who's like a huge Kid Cudi fan who's been listening to him since the debut. And both times my reaction was the same, where the beginning just really did not hit like the end of the album did. This is definitely a closer type of album where that is really where all of the super meaty hits are. Speaking of meaty hits, I think my favorite song has got to be Pursuit of Happiness. Absolute classic. There's really no, like, you know, you hear this one in Day and Night before you even know who Kid Cudi really is, at least these days. But also the other single, Make Her Say, was also very good. Up and Away is very good. Higher. I like Intergalactic as well. But just like the first couple of tracks, a little weaker in my opinion. I like the sound, but it's definitely dated. I don't think it aged super well. Maybe because I don't really have the same nostalgia factor that others might have when listening to this, but it definitely does sound like something that came out of 2009, and not always in the best way. I think the way that the drum machines hit sometimes is a little abrasive in ways that it really shouldn't be for an album that sounds like this. But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not, you know, it's kind of to be expected out of something from this time period. And so I'll give it the pass on that. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the album. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 7. It is a very good album. I would definitely, if you haven't already, go check it out, because this is a total classic and influenced a lot more stuff than you might even realize. And with that said, if you have any recommendations you want to leave me, put them in the comments. I read them all. I'm always looking to expand my horizons and find more stuff to listen to. And I will see you on day 18 of Album Quest. Bye-bye.